Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week or for November 2025. You have this card that says it's time to take action, and you also have this card that says a new romantic cycle begins. So, and here you go. You have love right here. So, if you are looking for love, definitely time to do something about it. Obviously, I would make sure you're putting yourself out there. Make sure you're meeting new people, all that other good stuff so that you can find a person. Obviously, you're probably not going to find them on your couch, sitting at home. That would be kind of weird if you walked into your house and there was someone claiming to be the love of your life on your couch that you didn't know. So I would get out there. You have the Page of Cups, the Strength card, and the Page of Pentacles. A lot of new beginning energy, I would say, this month for people. So even though we have a Mercury retrograde, doesn't really matter. I still think we can start things during Mercury retrogrades. There are countless things that I still do. Many years after a retrograde that I started during retrograde. So I start things during retrogrades all the time, and that's that. But you do have these two pages. You have two aces as well. And pages can kind of be like new beginnings, and the aces can also be new beginnings. Based off of this reading, I don't even know that it is new beginning. If you've already kind of started something, it really doesn't matter if it's Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is a good time for finishing things that you've started and haven't finished. So, this could also be talking about that. But I do feel this could definitely be new love. You have the Ace of Cups, the Lovers, the Empress, and the Emperor showing up in this reading. So obviously you have an admirer. And again, if you don't want love, doesn't matter. Even if you don't want love, a person can still be interested in you. You don't have to say yes, but it's not going to stop that from happening. You have the Strength card. The Strength card, of course, is about inner strength. With the Strength card, she is taming her inner voice or her inner demons. And with this Mercury retrograde, Mercury retrogrades can be very mental. I also think for you, Virgo, having Neptune and Pisces can have to do with your confidence or your inner voice somewhat, kind of. And so making sure that you're keeping that strong and that you're not allowing any negative thoughts to creep into your head, and making sure you're correcting your thoughts, which is more important during this time. Again, I always say we don't have to be perfect. We don't have to avoid negative thoughts. All we have to do is when we have one, we just correct it. We just say, no, this is what I want, or cancel, or whatever. Think of something that makes you think happy thoughts, right? Whatever the case may be. But I would definitely I think the more you can correct your thoughts, the better. This is the whole entire reading is very positive, Virgo. So I think there's no reason for you not to be happy this month. You have the Page of Pentacles. This would be like new communication, and it does look like communication to me. Like if you're meeting a person, or if you're gonna meet a person this month, it probably will be through talking first. You have the Ace of Swords here, you have this. And so these cards typically, especially the Page of Pentacles, usually we, kind of start talking to a person first, and then we kind of go from there. I also think this is very good for money. You have the really good money cards: Queen of Pentacles, Empress, Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the good stuff even. These are very good cards for improving your finances. Also, by the way, we have Uranus going retrograde into Taurus in the middle of the month, and Uranus retrograde in Taurus, for you earth signs, you being one of them, it's really good for just learning anything about money. If there's anything you want to learn about money, any money blocks you want to overcome, if you want to work on overcoming money blocks, it is an amazing time for you as an earth sign to be doing that. So I would again, I always tell people, just pick one thing. There's a billion money block videos on YouTube. Go watch one, right? And go practice whatever they tell you to do, or go overcome the money block or whatever, right? And it's just a good time for it. With the Page of Cups, you have the Two of Wands, little bit of a stretch. Sometimes I think with the Page of Cups and the Two of Wands, the Two of Wands in a love situation in general, is that it could be a person who's like a little bit of a stretch. And maybe you're a stretch for them as well, and you don't realize it. It doesn't mean this person's hard or difficult or anything like that. It just says, maybe this person's a little bit outside your comfort zone, or, maybe you feel like they're too good for you or something like that. And I always say that's probably a freaking good thing. I think we all have a habit of picking the exact same type of person. And usually that's why our relationships don't work, is because without realizing it, we pick the same type of person. It might be a different person, but if you think back on your exes, they're probably all the frickin' same, right? So, the trick, I think, is to realize that the reason we typically play it safe in relationships, and I think if a lot of us, if we're being honest, that's what we do. We pick the safe option. We don't necessarily pick the option that might challenge us to grow, or might, whatever the frick our mind comes up with, I don't know, and whatever it is, doesn't matter. But usually those options are probably better because they make us grow, and also they're probably good for us because they're not like the last 10 bozos that we've dated. I'm calling myself out here as well, Virgo. I'm not calling you out. So there you go. I'm right there with you. With the Strength card, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. It is a very good time for teamwork for Virgo, I think. I also think as long as you're the leader, that's the difference, right? As long as you are number one, as long as you are the one that's calling the shots or getting the credit, or as long as the ideas come from you, then things will go well. And so I think you need to make sure that you're in charge of the vision, is what the Three of Pentacles says, especially if you're working with other people. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Damn, very good reading. We have the Ten of Pentacles twice. We have this Jupiter abundance card over here. It looks very good for your abundance. Now, the thing about the Ten of Pentacles, funny enough, is that there's an alternative meaning to the Ten of Pentacles, which is hidden or secret information. And really, what the Ten of Pentacles represents is receiving something from an unlikely source. We have this older man here. He normally represents inheritance on the Ten of Pentacles because he represents like the patriarch of the family. But in the alternative meaning, it represents a beggar who is coming and bringing this family a gift. And so he represents someone who has nothing to give, who is giving something to this family. And, on a personal level, it basically says that we can find a gift in something unlikely, right? So it's like, I don't really have any good examples, but, for the most part, but, it's like sometimes, like, I've watched movies before that have given me ideas for this channel. I've watched movies that have given me ideas for my other businesses as well, and things like that. So that's what I mean by an unlikely source. And really, one of my favorite books of all time, Psycho-Cybernetics, in that, the gist of the book, Psycho-Cybernetics, you should all read it. It should be required reading for minnows, right, in the minnow pond. The gist of the book is that you tell your brain you're looking for an answer. You literally say, I am looking for an answer to XYZ, whatever it is. And I don't know, changed my life, right, that book. And it's very cheap, very easy to read. So, and you could probably can find an audio version for free on YouTube as well. And so, it might cost you a little bit of time. But, that book is all about telling your brain what you're looking for. And so again, when you tell your brain to look for patterns and solutions, it finds them. And the Ten of Pentacles could be like a little bit of treasure for you this month if you tell your brain you're looking for an answer or whatever. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this competition card. It says, remember that there is no competition if you are truly original. Yes, that's going to be very, very true with AI coming out nowadays, right? You have this focus card. It says it's difficult to be productive when your energy is scattered in so many different directions. And a little bit of scattered energy at the end of the year. I don't think it's terrible necessarily, but I do feel a lot of people, Neptune and Pisces, again, I'm going to blame Neptune and Pisces for everything. It makes us see all possibilities. It makes us have a big ass dream and then we make it bigger. And so it kind of creates that scattered vibe where we could be chasing our tail. And really the trick is to start small. I know, it's a very simple solution, is to just start with the first step and go from there and don't make something too big. And if you do that, you will be fine. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. The Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness and gathering your resources. Obviously, you are doing something to improve your finances this month, and I feel it's going to be very good here for you, Virgo. I mean, you have amazing cards for money. So whatever you can do to improve your finances would be really good. If I was being super picky about this card, I always say with the Queen of Pentacles that we need to focus on multiplication. What things do you do that actually work? What things do you work on that produce more of a result? I create 467 videos a month. That's how many I created last month, right? And, not just on this channel, obviously. And so, obviously, the reason I double down like crazy on videos is because that's what gives me the best results in life. I basically do nothing else, right? So, I think you don't have to be a crazy lunatic like me working 24/7, but Personally, I enjoy it. There's something wrong with my brain, but what I would say here is that whatever you can do to double down on the good stuff and get a better result would be good for you. You have the Ace of Cups. Definitely could be a big-ass love offer. This is a big-ass love offer. This is for those of you that are like me, that like thick. You like them thick. Those types of offers, that's what we're talking about here with the Ace of Cups. So definitely a thick love offer for sure, I feel like this is like happiness, joy, good energy coming in for you for sure. For those of you that don't want love, and even if you do want love, again, with the Queen of Pentacles, a great way to increase your resources is do more of what causes you to overflow. The reason I can do so many videos is because I start my videos, like I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning, right? And for some reason, I don't know why, right? So I was tired when I started. Now that I'm almost at the end of my readings, I'm like full of energy, right? Like this gives me energy. This is my Ace of Cups. I am channeling from source when I do these readings. And so I always feel better after my readings than I do when I start them, right? And again, what is that for you? What causes that feeling for you? And if you don't know, that's okay. Some of us don't. And we just have to try things and see what works, right? So be willing to find your overflow. You have the Lovers. Yeah, we've already talked about it. Definitely could be a love connection coming in for you. This could be something divinely guided. I feel, and again, I feel like there's something maybe a little bit unrealistic about it. Not like I don't mean that in a bad way or whatever. I think you are just saying, it would be unrealistic for me to be with this person. Again, don't put these people on a pedestal, right? They're just people. And maybe that's what you need to tell yourself. But I don't know. You could be finding something really solid here, Virgo, if you're looking for love. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, we are in an adventurous time at this time. Again, with this Mercury retrograde, you could be thinking about adventures, just in general. You could be thinking about adventures that you want to go on that you haven't been on in your life during this Mercury retrograde. So I would play around with that. Like, again, I'm not saying that you have to travel or anything like that at this time, but it might be a good time to like plan an adventure. And it doesn't even have to be travel. You might want to adventure by exploring an idea from the comfort of your own home, but it is a good time for adventure. With the Ace of Cups, you have the King of Swords. Yeah, don't try to logic this into place. I'm telling you right now, if this is a love connection, I don't know. You might be saying to yourself, like, what does this person want with me, right? But I don't know. I wouldn't question it necessarily. I've heard a lot of people in the past where they say, oh, this person is too good for me or whatever, which I think is something that mostly like 12-year-olds basically say to each other. But I don't know, in 2025, it seems like a lot of adults say that, whatever the hell that means. It's like, so you're basically telling me you're a bad person and I'm a good person. Like, what? I don't know. It never makes sense to me, right? Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. But what I would say here is, again, don't try to logic this into place. If Brad Pitt comes down the street and hits on you, accept it, right? Who the hell cares? With the Lovers, you have the High Priestess. Yes, definitely time to trust your intuition. Very intuitive month, especially Neptune kind of reaching the height of its retrograde in Pisces. Definitely would be, could be downloading news, information, messages. I would be trusting all those things. Could also be attracting a very intuitive connection. Lovers is divinely guided, and the High Priestess could say that there's almost like a telepathic connection between two people. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Moon card that says perception and this Jupiter card that says abundance on it. You literally seem to be changing your perception of abundance, like what abundance means for you. We are going to see this happen a lot. One of my favorite books of all time, another book that should be required Minnow reading, is by Maxwell Maltz. It's called The Science of Getting Rich. And this guy, he was way ahead of his time. The book was written in like 1920 or something like that. I don't really remember. It was a long ass time ago that it was written. And the whole point of that book is he says that we're entering into a time of co-creation, not competition. And that the way, he basically said that the way people used to get rich by like hurting people, stuff like that, is going away. And we're entering into a time where people are going to do it the right way. Basically the right way, according to him, is that everything you should do should give off the energy of increase, meaning that anyone who comes in contact with you, they should feel increased after, right? And I think that is how your abundance could be changing. It's like maybe you're deciding that you're going to do things from a more spiritual perspective or from a more truly abundant perspective. It's like we can all say the evil bastards at, BlackRock or, any of these robot nerds, girlfriend guys that want robot girlfriends like Zuckerberg. I'm sure he probably has a robot girlfriend and a wife, right? So whatever. But all those guys, that way, evil, right? But we can do it in a better way. And that's what this wants you to do. You have the Empress, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Tons of abundance, obviously, but again, hopefully the right abundance. She's also not struggling. This has been a theme at the end of the year here in the readings, that the universe has really been telling people that they shouldn't necessarily be struggling for their abundance. The Empress, the trick with the Empress is she is abundant. That means that before you have abundance, you have to have abundance, meaning you have to just be in the energy of being an abundant person, and then you will attract the abundance, right? And so that's what I would be doing with the Empress. And, I would make sure that you're in that abundant vibe. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Again, Ten of Pentacles, like everything you want and desire in your life, it forms the tree of life. Do we ever truly get everything we want and desire? Probably not, but it's a good focus to have. It's a good, I think it's a worthy goal. And I think that a lot of you could be kind of like working towards trying to have it all. And like I said, do we ever truly have it all? Probably not, but I think working towards it is a good goal. So that's what I would do with the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Ace of Swords here. We do see like a lot of knowledge cards coming up here. I thought you had something else as well, maybe not, but you have the King of Swords as well. King of Swords card, knowledge and wisdom. Ace of Swords is kind of a card of knowledge. It is a card of a victory, big success coming in, but there's something about your what you know here, Virgo, that I think could be making you very successful. The Ace of Swords just says you just need to make it your focus and you'll be successful, so definitely could be a victory. I don't know if I said this. Make sure to leave a comment. Really helps me out. With the Empress, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Yep, straightforward, diligent work. Again, Empress, she just does what she's supposed to do. She does not over deliver. I find that this is very important for people, especially if you work with clients or customers or anything like that. The Empress, she knows her value, so she doesn't feel the need to over deliver. I think a little bit of over delivering in work and business is okay, but if you're doing too much, then it's a bad thing. Her value, speaks for itself. And the Eight of Pentacles, he is just doing one focused thing to get his result. He's not doing 900 things at once. Part of me is kind of wondering if at the end of the year here, if there is a little bit of overcomplication energy. Again, very good reading, but if we look at the reading, there are a lot of cards that are encouraging you to focus on one thing. Ace of Swords, laser-like focus. Eight of Pentacles, he's only doing one thing to get the result. He's not doing 900 things. Sometimes I think when there's overcomplicated energy, we think, to make money, I have to do 900 things. No, keep it simple, because that's where your abundance will come from. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Fool. I think some of you are about to take a huge leap of faith at this time. Really, is what I feel. I feel like you're really putting yourself out there. I'm telling you right now, some of you, this could be in love, where you're really putting yourself out there and you're just saying whatever, F it, I'm going to go for it. So some of you really could be, finding your divine counterpart by putting yourself out there. For others, and for really for some of you, this could be both. But, you could be feeling very brave this month, but this could also be work where you're really putting yourself out there. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Empress again. Tons of abundance in this reading. Definitely, could be attracting a lot of abundance and success here. So love it. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Sag card. It says expansion. It says you are ready to expand and move forward towards your next lucky break. Love it. There's been a lot of luck in these readings as well. Part of me thinks about Uranus going back into Taurus. It's kind of funny because Uranus and Taurus is not lucky, but it is lucky at the same time. So, it's not lucky if we're just if we're doing something for the wrong reasons. But again, if we're doing things for the right reasons, then it is lucky. You have this Leo card. It says courage. It says boost your courage so you can put yourself out there in a bigger way. Are you kidding? I literally just said that you are. I don't know what I said, I'm losing my mind today, but I said something about you putting yourself out there with that Fool card, and definitely seems to be what you're doing. You have the Emperor, the Magician, and the Six of Pentacles. Of course, we have the Emperor and the Empress. So if you're looking for love, definitely could be attracting a divine counterpart. Even if you're not looking for love, and even if you are, these two together are very good in a reading because they can represent you balancing out your energy between your masculine and your feminine. Now, this month is very creative. And so we kind of have to balance out the masculine side, or whatever you want to call it, where we have to kind of like take action on our creative ideas. And you have a good balance here, so I feel like you are. You have the Magician. Magician says you can have whatever you want here, Virgo. Really, I mean, this is the best reading I've done so far for this set of readings. Really good. And I feel the Magician is saying you can have whatever you want. You just have to match the energy and you will have it. I always pull the card that he's pointing to. We're going to say it's this one. Here you go. You have this Fortune card. It says, when fortune appears in your life, limitations disappear. As you sit back and watch your dreams manifest before your eyes, you are filled with profound sense of gratitude and wonder. This is, like I said, this is one heck of a reading here, Virgo. Definitely some good things coming in. You have the Six of Pentacles. I think this is about feeding something. You have the Empress twice. Again, she is a very strong, nurturing energy. Six of Pentacles, he is giving this person energy, not this person energy. That could be money, but it could be anything. I think what you feed is going to be very important, this Virgo. So obviously, very good reading. That does not mean things will be good. It means that you need to feed the good things in life so that you can have more good things. And so this reading wants you to create a positive snowball. With the Emperor, you have the Three of Swords. I don't think anyone can heal us. I think we have to pull our own heads out of our own butts. That's my rule in life, right? No one can fix us. So, but what I will say is that the Three of Swords is a card of healing your heart. You have to remove those swords and practice forgiveness. But I do feel that some of you could be attracting a person that maybe helps in your healing. Again, I don't think anyone can truly heal us, but, I think this person could maybe help. With the Magician, you have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is celebration, happiness, can represent a reunion as well. I don't really feel this is like a person coming back from the past, but I do feel this could be a person that some of you know. For others, it could be more like a past life connection. I also just feel there's going to be a lot of reasons to celebrate this month. I mean, this is one heck of a reading here, Virgo. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups can be disappointment, but in the area of the good stuff, it can say that you are practicing gratitude. One of the best energies we can work with the Empress is gratitude, right? The more grateful you are, the more you attract with the Empress. And the Five of Cups, the solution to the Five of Cups is gratitude. But again, it's coming up in the good stuff. So I feel that you are being grateful for things that are happening and what's going on. And that's probably why it's such an amazing reading here, Virgo. But let's see what is coming up for you. We're going to pull 5 cards from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Can't make this up. You have this card that says riches on it. I'm not saying you're going to get rich. I don't think we are in necessarily an easy time to get rich, but we're in a good time to get rich. I will say that. So, whatever you're doing, I would keep doing it because it looks to me like you're attracting abundance. You have this discrimination card. This card is about being able to tell the difference between something that's good for you and something that's bad for you. So and it is Venus and Virgo, by the way, this card. So I feel a lot of you are kind of getting better at seeing like who and what and where is good for you. Next, you have this originality card. Yes, this is true for everyone. We have Pluto and Aquarius, we have Uranus and Gemini right now. It will retrograde back, but next year it'll move back into Gemini. And so we are in a time of original ideas. Any new original ideas that you can put out into the world will benefit you for sure. Next, you have this negotiation card. I feel like things are just balancing out in your life in general. I really don't get like negotiation energy off of this card. I feel like it's talking about you creating balance or just things in your life balancing out in general. And finally, you have this health card, this Virgo card. This is the Sun in Virgo. And so a lot of you could be healing. It does look like a very good card, very good reading for healing in general. Even Three of Swords and the good stuff can be just general healing. So I feel like you are. But this looks amazing. No reason to overcomplicate it. So thank you for being here, Virgo. And make sure to leave a comment. It really helps me out. And definitely enjoy your month.